Okay, good morning, Professor. Today we are sharing a role play about this is of our second session about the assessment stage, and I'm a social service worker. My name is Pawan.
My name is Mohit and I am a learner.
My name is Manjot and I am a social service worker.
My name is Chirag Bakshi and I'm an observer.
My name is Ranjot. I'm a social service worker.
My name is Vamnur and I am client today.
So, how are you, Noor?
I'm good. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed today.
Oh.
This Canada's life is a little stressful.
I know that it can be stressful for so many newcomers as well as so many people who just came to Canada. So, how been life going on? Can you tell me about something?
From last few days, I've been feeling really overwhelmed. I think that no matter how much I try, no matter how much I put efforts, it just all goes in vain. It's not working. I don't know. I've been doing everything. I've been doing the sessions as well. I don't know, just those feelings of overwhelming.
Alright. Can I ask you, how do you get here? Is there any difficulty getting here?
No, there was not any issue this time because I've been trained for last 2 times, and so that's why it's not that difficult.
Alright, Noor. We're gonna start our session for today. So, rest of my crew gonna start the session.
Together, we can be aware of the flow of our conversation and make sure that you feel comfortable discussing. We can create grounding techniques if you experience challenging circumstances. We should take a moment to discuss our organization's confidentiality policy. I want to make sure you feel comfortable when you are sharing with me in this setting. Normally, anything you communicate with me is private. However, under the following circumstances, I would have to disclose some information. While we discuss it, you can look at this copy. As we can move along, feel free to ask me any questions. The first instance is child abuse. A child under the age of 18 who is being mistreated in any way, including physically, sexually, emotionally, mentally, neglectfully, or abundantly by someone in a position of trust or authority, must be reported to the Children's Aid Society. Whether I produce the report alone, with your presence, jointly, or by myself, we can discuss how we did it. This is significantly because it aims to protect all the children from harm. So the second circumstance involves suicide. We sometimes explore many options when life is challenging, and for some people that option is suicide. I sincerely hope you will be at ease telling me if you have ever had suicidal thoughts, so we can make sure you feel safe and supported. You must inform the police if you have ever had suicidal thoughts and a plan in order to protect your safety. So the final scenario involves doing someone else damage. This is a safe place to vent rage. There are times when we may feel resentment towards those who have harmed us or someone we know. But if I came into a situation where someone was in a danger of being hurt, I would have to call the police. And the final and the fourth scenario involves judicial sub ज़्यादा नहीं हो रहा
नहीं
okay no start कर दे fourth scenario तो
Fauna. It's a fauna.
okay
स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ 1 2 3
decide to continue receiving support from another organization after our joint counseling session is over. We can share our notes with them. I would need your written consent in order to accomplish this. That was a lot of information, which I appreciate. Have you got any inquiries?
I don't have any. I don't know.
Manjot will start the further session.
Hi. Over the last 2 weeks, we have made a strong foundation for our work together in a helping process. Let's recap the points we have assessed so far, including your experience in Canada and your emotional support here. As we have covered the preparatory beginning and exploring stage today. We are moving forward with the next stage in the processing, that is assessment stage for the helping process. Before starting this stage, I want to make you feel comfortable and aware of this stage. It is the phase that the focus is on our biological, psychological, sociocultural, and spiritual factors that influence your well-being, based on which we could enhance and identify your strengths and support challenges to overcome them. So
Thank you so much for for your concern for my well-being. I really felt happy after receiving this care from you. It really eased my overwhelming feelings.
I just want to emphasize that I am here to listen and support you fully. Okay, let's start. So, in the previous section, you were saying that you are goal oriented person. What are some things you hope to achieve or change in life?
Well, there are a lot of things a person really wishes to change and wants to change. Um, by answering this question, overall, I really want to be self-determinant towards my work, and I should be confident as well. Whatever the aspect of life I am in, I should be covering these two things.
That's a wonderful goal, and I commend you to for your commitment to personal growth. So it's your self belief, or did someone influence you? What kind of people do you generally surround yourself with? Friends, family, sport, system. You mentioned your brother and no friends here. So can you give me insight about that?
Um, Talking about what kind of people I surround with, I generally do not have a very open kind of atmosphere here. I do not generally talk to anybody. There's like, I'm all alone. I don't have a very strong relationship with anybody. Even if it's talking about my own cousin, I think I don't I don't have it, or I haven't developed it, the connection, the security I should have when you are talking about particularly in relationships.
That's totally understandable and justifiable to take time to adjust in a new atmosphere. Those feelings are entirely normal. Moving to a new country is a significant change. As you mentioned earlier, as well about your struggle with making new connections. So, what are your relation back in your country? Was there same pattern as there? Well,
No, I wouldn't say there was a different pattern. There was something different in there. It was similar. It was just I was struggling there as well. I was struggling here as well. I think I was suffering from various things there as well. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. What kind of things were disturb you? Are they factored in you in the personal as well?
Like right now,
Yeah.
um, those things back from home, yeah, they are in my mind 24/7. I'm not able to get out of them. It's like there were a number of things. Like, what are you exactly want me to emphasize on?
Those I can only imagine how.
Yeah. So, coming to your disturbing thing, I had nobody back there to talk to, and I lost my family to schizophrenia, accidents, substance abuse. Um, those things are really disturbing. I can say right now, but they are really disturbing when I'm not talking to you, I'm not invested in something, but I couldn't get them out of my head.
Mhm.
Losing someone to schizophrenia is really hurting, is depressing, and then to substance abuse, accidents, that's bad.
I can only imagine how difficult this must be for you. Grieving is a natural process to loss, and your feelings are valid. Are you wishing to give insights on the loss?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Insights on the loss. Well,
It's okay, take your moment.
I think
You can have some more. Okay.
I'm good. It's just that taking the courage out and talking about it is really difficult. You cannot just somewhere it's eating. It's just that I lost my family. There was nobody I could talk to. There was I lost people to this. I lost my grandmother to schizophrenia. I lost my father to accident. I lost my grandfather to substance abuse, and then I didn't had a good contact with my mother. I was just left with my sister, and then I had to take all the responsibilities on myself. Come here, establish everything. Um, I cannot just take those things and then build everything based on that. I am not able to. I am trying my best. I'm taking out the courage. I'm doing everything, but it takes a lot. Those were the things I think really painful to me.
Your reasons are valid. I respect your feelings and emotions. This is so much experience at such a tender age. Yes, your family dynamics have been stressful, and you have been feeling pressure to meet certain expectations from you in a family role. Going through a childhood with shadows of substance use. Have you imagined of doing so?
About substance use, you are talking about, right?
Yes.
Because I've seen them. I have seen my house shattering. It was home, and now it's just walls there. So I would never do something which will result in a disaster. I will never do that. And that's why I never implement those things in my life, because you have learned from not your past mistakes, but from your elders' past mistakes, and I don't get into it.
Alright. Now my colleague Ranjot talk to you about your psychological experience. Thank you so much.
Hi there.
Thank you. Hi.
As you know, my name is Rinjal. And first of all, I just want to ask you that how are you really doing in your life?
If one word could define that, it would be stressful. Pretty stressful these days.
I personally respect those feelings of you, and thank you so much for reaching out for our social service worker organization. And I'm here to listen and support you. Okay, so just can you share what has been causing you stress and anxiety? What kind of things are there?
Yeah, I'm suffering from anxiety, and I don't know since when I started suffering from anxiety, but I think after death of many people in my family made me question my own self, and I used to think that maybe anything, when you try to do anything, you start making those assumptions,
Yeah.
overthinking, and then you back off. If you don't back off, then there's this rush, this whole emotional rush that you are, numb, sweaty.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when I started feeling that numbness in my head, just fainting in my classroom, in my examination hall. But right now, if I'm talking about stress as being this life, this Canada life, it's I tried my best. I'm in studies, in employment, in anything, in housing. I am not able to find anything right now at this moment stable.
I can totally understand your feelings. I know that when someone pass away from your daily life, so what would you say about your current state of mental health and past experiences? Have you finding any difficulties to overcome those feelings?
Um, my past experiences weren't really well, as I said. My family back then, I didn't have a family first to start with, and then when I shifted here, when you get into a new place, you want to start a new life.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
was the
totally
thing.
right. Yeah.
So I really wanted to start a new life so that I could leave all those past experiences and all those stressful things. But
So you're improving, right?
I am not.
You know.
No, because what you come up with thinking like, you'll do this, you'll do that, but you are not able to, because those are not facts. Those are your own imaginations, your own thinking, which you have based on your own biases, perspectives, experiences throughout there. So that's causing me stress. That is my subconscious being right,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
conscious being right. What is this all dilemma going on?
So
It's just
you can call that that these are kind of effects that are causing because of the family situations,
because of
the
family
stress, the
situations.
anxieties you have, right?
Yeah, because of the family situations.
So may I ask you to deal with these situations, these anxiety, depression? What are the coping methods that you use, like to to relieve your stress? Maybe just maybe sometimes you want to distract yourself from some things you don't want to think about.
So what I exactly do? Earlier I used to distract myself, distracting completely, but that doesn't help. It builds you up. It builds you up, builds you up, builds you up, and then it explodes. So either you just have to face it. If something happens, the first thing is acceptance. You have to accept it. You accept it now, you accept it in your childhood. Like in your childhood, you cannot accept the traumas. I totally understand that. I'm just trying to cross that acceptance stage of my life. I want to accept that yes, these things happened and this is causing me mental stress. And so,
Are you okay?
yeah, these are really tough questions because they are the reason I even want to tell,
Right.
but I couldn't. I don't know. I don't tell anybody. Yeah.
So you're like, right now you're feeling overwhelming. I know that.
Yeah.
I know how it feels. But to overcome some things, you have to share. You have to share with people.
Yeah. I try, but I think this is the first place I have opened up because I don't trust people. Once
Yeah.
you lose people in your life
Yeah.
who should be giving you shelter, should be giving you, safer environment like everybody had, it sometimes feels so bad from inside that everybody has that safer environment. You don't have it. You cannot go back. Everybody has that going back thing. That thing hurts. So those things really creates a dilemma in my head, like what's real, what is unreal. So I don't open up easily. I'm very kind of keeping it to myself. I don't open up. No matter whatever happens, I understand that I should socialize, but it's really difficult after all these past experiences. It's really difficult for me to open up.
So can I ask you that? Have you ever opened up to your friends?
No, I totally keep it to myself. I try to be a good listener, be an active listener, empathize. I try to do all those things because I know how it feels, in that situations when you are hurt, you are depressed. So I try to listen them. I try to be the best person I could be to them, but I don't disclose myself. I completely don't. I just
Alright.
keep it to myself.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
So by you, as you said that you don't trust easily, right?
Yeah, I don't.
And don't disclose information easily. So who is actually supporting you? Like from like who offered you support and understanding in a relationship, like that can help you in your mental health? Like who do you think?
Um, as I said, I mentioned earlier, I just am is left with my sister, right?
Yeah.
So I sometimes talk to her, sometimes she talk to me, sometimes I talk to her, sometimes she talk to me. There's no there's no support, to be honest. If I talk about my cousin, right? He is there. He is there to provide me, I would say, financial, not even financial support, but just a, I don't know, illusion kind of support. I don't know how to give meaning or wording to that, but that kind of support. He doesn't even, give me the emotional support that I need because it's really stressful in Canada. I'm unemployed. I'm still unemployed. I'm trying to find employment, and then I have this mental dilemmas, mental stresses going on in my life, which is even stopping me to just build a stable life for myself,
Yeah.
get housing, get employment, get good grades.
Yeah.
It's really tough. Yeah, there's no support to help me out with this.
I totally understand that, and we are here to really help you in every way we can, whether it's your well-being, your mental health, anything that you need support with. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna do our best here, me and my colleagues. I know that these questions can be really stressful for you, but it's okay. You are overcoming and you're opening up with people you have never seen, right?
Yeah.
So I understand that totally. Your feelings, your anxiety, your overwhelmedness. All right. Just, I just want to ask you a few questions, and my colleagues will go on after that. So, what are some of the systematic difficulties you have came across while looking for a mental health care, like in general?
I think for immigrants, as I'm an immigrant, I haven't came across anything. There's counseling provided, but I think it's limited. It's limited to some time. There's a time span. Like they provide counseling in your college and everything, but there's a time span that from this hour to this hour you can get the counseling, which is, I think, really very vague because if you are giving it a certain time limit, if a person is facing something at night or maybe at their home, they cannot use the helpline or the counseling sessions or their therapist. So that's, I think, as an immigrant from other than my college, I haven't really received anything by the government or
Oh, really?
yeah.
So, I'm wondering they may take a lot of time replying, right?
Yeah, it takes a lot of time replying, and because they have a lot of people. There's so many immigrants, they cannot tackle everybody. So I think maybe that's why. Yeah, there's a limited service available.
So, based on what you've shared, so I really appreciate that you shared everything that you have in your heart. I can refer you to some organization or services that specialize in supporting individuals dealing with issues and stress and whatever you're dealing with. So, would you be open for that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. Yes.
All right. So, I'm gonna pause. So, Abnur, I totally understand your feelings, and your feelings are totally acceptable here. So, from now on, my other colleague, his name is Kapil, he gonna attend the session next.
how are you doing today?
I'm good.
So I will be asking some question to you.
Yeah.
What give you a sense of meaning and purpose in your life, especially during challenging times?
Purpose. There was hope that I'll overcome these. When you even say that you don't have hopes, there's something somewhere behind your brain that's always behind your mind that's saying, you know, there is hope. Just don't lose it. There is hope. But I think that was the thing, because I had a really bad childhood, traumatic and everything, and I just had hope that it'll change someday, and maybe today, tomorrow.
Okay. Have you ever been in Canadian Culture Festival?
I have never been to any Canadian Culture Festival. I know I have been told many times. I've been asked to go to one, even in our sessions. It's emphasized, but I feel a little overwhelmed going out of my house and doing stuff. It really takes energy, so I've never been to. I'm sorry.
Okay. Have you joined any spiritual or mindful groups in Canada that share similar beliefs and practices?
I haven't really joined groups or something, I would say. But there are many people I talk to. They have their own beliefs, own perspective towards the world. And from their perspectives, their beliefs, it gives an insight of what kind of person they are and how they are made, their experiences, their everything. And that is, I think, spiritually giving me some sort of relief, I would say, yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. Are there any art or music groups or organizations within your community that pursue culture, experience, and creativity?
There's art. I actually really enjoy doing art, and so I've been to this place near my house where there were so many of the paintings, and I asked them who drew them, and they were talking that there comes different people and they just try to sell it here. And so I kept two of my drawn things over there, and they were sold like within a month. So yeah.
Can you please share your experience? How do you feel there after visiting there?
I felt really good because when you are good at something and a situation, a person, or anything, even a book, makes you feel your worth, you really feel happy from inside. And I think that was the thing. I was really happy there.
So, okay, this is our session is now ended. If you have any trouble in understanding these assessment tools, you can ask me now, or if you have any trouble, you are not feeling good, you can share your emotions with us.
I'm totally feeling fine now. Feeling much relaxed. Thank you so much.
So, okay, thank you for coming here. This is end of our session. It's very nice.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining our session.
Thank you.